You know that moment when you're standing in the kitchen, maybe reaching for a cup in the cabinet, and suddenly, your foot slips just a little? Or you're walking to the mailbox, and your knee buckles without warning? That split-second fear, that rush of adrenaline when you realize you almost fell, it's terrifying, isn't it? And here's the hard truth: 1 in 4 seniors falls every year. But what if I told you that 90% of those falls could be prevented with just 5 simple balance exercises? No fancy equipment, no gym memberships, just you, a little bit of space, and a few minutes a day. Now, I know what you might be thinking: I'm not as steady as I used to be. What if I try these and still lose my balance? That's exactly why we're starting slow, with movements so gentle you can do them while holding onto a chair. These aren't just exercises, they're your secret armor against broken hips, hospital visits, and that nagging fear of taking a wrong step. Hi, I'm Betty and I'm so happy you're joining me today. Before we dive into this important topic, please take a moment to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up and comment below telling me where you're watching from. I love connecting with all of you from around the world. So let's begin with the first exercise, and trust me, you're already stronger than you think. Number 1. The rock and roll, feet together balance hold. Find a sturdy chair, kitchen chairs work great, and stand behind it, lightly resting your fingertips on the back for support. Now, bring your feet together so your big toes are touching. Yes, just like you're standing in a narrow line. Feel that? Your body is already working, your ankles are firing up, your core is tightening, and those tiny muscles in your feet are waking up. Here's the magic: try lifting one hand off the chair for 5 seconds. If that's too easy, close your eyes, but keep that chair close. This simple shift forces your brain and muscles to communicate faster, which is exactly what prevents spills on uneven sidewalks or slippery floors. Do this for 30 seconds a day, and within a week, you'll notice standing in line at the grocery store feels effortless. Number 2. The sit to stand, chair squats. Now, let's talk about the number 1 movement seniors lose first: the power to stand up without using your hands. Think about it: how many times a day do you push off the arms of a chair or sofa to get up? Every time you do that, you're teaching your legs not to do the work. So here's your game changer: sit tall in a chair, no slouching, cross your arms over your chest and stand up slowly. Then sit back down, without letting your body plop. Control is key. Too hard? Add a cushion to the chair to make it higher. Too easy? Try it on a lower surface, like your couch. Aim for 5 reps a day, and soon, you'll be leaping up, okay, maybe not leaping, but close, like you did in your 50s. Now, before we move on to the next exercises, I want you to try these 2 today. Right after watching this. Because here's the thing: balance isn't about being perfect, it's about being prepared. And every second you spend on these moves is a second you're not spending in a hospital bed. So go ahead, test that rock and roll while your coffee brews. Sneak in a few sit to stands during TV commercials. Your future self will thank you. You know that feeling when you're walking through a parking lot, and suddenly the ground isn't as even as you thought? Or when you step off a curb and your heart skips a beat because your foot landed just a little too hard? Those moments don't have to scare you. In fact, what if I told you that the next 2 exercises we're going to cover will make those situations feel easy? Because here's the truth: most falls don't happen because you're too old. They happen because your legs aren't used to catching you anymore. Think of it like this: if you stopped writing with your dominant hand for a year, your handwriting would get shaky, right? Same thing happens with balance. But the good news? You can train it back, starting today. So let's get into exercise number 3, and this one's a game changer for anyone who's ever felt wobbly going downstairs. Number 3. The step and hold, stair strength builder. Find a single step in your house, the bottom stair, your porch step, even a sturdy phone book if you don't have stairs. Place one foot firmly on the step, and slowly lift your other foot to tap the step, then lower it back down. The key? Hold on to a railing or wall if you need to, but try to let go for just a second each time. This does two things. First, it rebuilds the muscles in your thighs and hips, the ones that keep you stable when you're stepping off curbs. Second, it trains your brain to react faster if your foot does slip. Because here's what most people don't realize: falling isn't just about strength, it's about reaction time. Do 10 taps per leg daily, and within 2 weeks, you'll notice stairs feel less like a hazard and more like, well, just stairs. Number 4. The heel-to-toe walk, the invisible tightrope. This next one looks simple, but it's the secret weapon of people who never fall. Stand near a wall or counter, for safety, and place one foot directly in front of the other, so your heel touches the toe of the other foot. Now take 5 steps forward like you're walking on a tightrope. Feels awkward? Good. That means it's working. This exercise rewires your brain's balance system, the same system that gets lazy when we walk on flat surfaces all day. It's why uneven sidewalks or gravel paths trip so many seniors. But do this for 30 seconds a day, and suddenly, your feet learn to adjust before your brain even realizes there's a problem. Pro tip: try it while carrying a light bag of groceries once you're comfortable. Real-life balance isn't just about standing still, it's about moving while doing other things. Now, I know some of you are thinking, what if I lose my balance doing these? That's why we always have support nearby: a chair, a wall, even a loved one spotting you. But here's the truth: the more you practice recovering from small wobbles now, the less likely you are to face a big fall later. So tomorrow morning, do the step and hold while your toast is browning. Practice the heel-to-toe walk while you wait for the microwave. These aren't just exercises, they're your daily dose of confidence. Let me ask you something: when was the last time you stood on one leg? I mean, really stood there, brushing your teeth, waiting for the microwave, just letting your body remember what it feels like to hold itself up without help? For most of us, it's been years. And that's exactly why exercise number 5 is the most important one of all. But before we get to that, I want you to think about something you love doing. Maybe it's gardening, playing with grandkids, or even just taking a leisurely walk around the neighborhood. Now imagine if one bad fall took that away from you. Scary thought, isn't it? That's why what we're about to do isn't just about balance, it's about protecting the life you love. Number 5. The single leg stand, your secret weapon. Here's how it works: stand near your kitchen counter or a sturdy chair. Lift one foot just an inch off the ground and hold for 10 seconds. That's it. No need to raise your knee high like a flamingo. This isn't about flexibility, it's about teaching your body to stabilize instantly. Now, here's the magic trick: do this every time you're standing in line or waiting for the kettle to boil. Because here's what the research shows: seniors who can stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds are 85% less likely to suffer a serious fall in the next year. That's not just a statistic, that's your ticket to staying independent. Too hard at first? No problem. Rest your fingertip on the counter, you'll still get 90% of the benefit while feeling completely safe. Putting it all together, your 5-minute daily armor against falls. Now, you might be thinking, how do I remember all these exercises? Here's your simple routine. Morning, while your coffee brews, do the rock and roll, feet together balance, near the counter. After breakfast, use your chair for 3 sit-to stands, before heading to the living room. Commercial breaks, practice the heel-to-toe walk during TV ads. Before bed, do the single leg stand, while brushing your teeth, 10 seconds per side. Total time? Less than 5 minutes spread throughout your day. No special clothes, no equipment, just you building an invisible shield against falls. One last thing before you go. I need you to make me a promise. Right now, say out loud, I am worth 5 minutes a day. Because here's the truth, every senior who ends up in the hospital from a fall thought it wouldn't happen to them. But you? You're different. You're here. You're taking action. So start today. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, today. Even if you just do the single leg stand for 5 seconds, that's 5 seconds your body wasn't getting before. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, share it with one friend who needs to see it. Because nobody should have to learn these lessons the hard way. Here's to staying steady, staying strong, and staying on your feet, where you belong. Now go show that floor who's boss.